Antarctica, the world's loneliest and least explored continent, has finally revealed its best-kept secret. Something sheerly unbelievable is hidden under the massive ice sheet, which surpasses even the wildest dreams of scientists. In one of the most inhospitable areas of our planet, where temperatures plummet into the double digits and the fierce winds blow with incredible force, researchers have uncovered something that leaves the public in awe. But what exactly is hidden under the ice of Antarctica? A mystical underwater city? A new kind of creature? Or something even more inexplicable? Are you ready to set off with us into an unknown world that will fascinate you but also shock you? Then buckle up, because now we dive into the breathtaking mysteries of freezing Antarctica. But before you start, make sure you have already given us a like and a subscription. Tell us in the comments which breathtaking Antarctic discoveries you have already heard about. We give the most exciting and interesting comments a heart and pin them to the top. Secret underwater worlds. Viewed from the air, the Antarctic ice appears to be a homogeneous, stable, comparatively thin sheet. However, the mighty ice sheet is several kilometers thick in places, and countless hidden underwater worlds slumber below, where it comes into close contact with the Earth's surface. Fed by an extensive network of subterranean tributaries, these fascinating meltwater lakes have always been hidden from the curious eyes of scientists. Despite this, modern explorers have recently been able to significantly expand their maps of the sea systems under Antarctica's western ice sheet. Using the most powerful laser technology NASA has ever sent into space, it is possible to uncover the subglacial mysteries of the unforgiving continent. Exploration from orbit also allows one to study how sea creatures and currents are affected by the freshwater feeding hidden structures in the surrounding oceans. Unknown phenomenon. Already, data collected by the Ice, Cloud and Land Elevation Satellite 2, or ICESAT-2 for short, reveals that the ice of two newly discovered lakes regularly rises and falls. Or in other words, that there is a remarkable activity inherent in the waters. Before this discovery, the experts had assumed that the lakes store the meltwater but do not release it again. The cycle of active filling and emptying should therefore also have measurable effects on glaciology, microbiology, and oceanography. Thanks to the unmatched precision of ICESAT-2, experts are even able to map the bottom of the lakes and get a closer look than ever at the mysterious world beneath the ice. Invisible water exchange. In detail, subglacial water exchange is caused by several factors, including the change in pressure due to the enormous weight of the ice sheet, the friction between the ice floor and the underlying rocks, and the warmth of the Earth insulated from the ice sheet. As the ice melts, the water flows underground through fissures and fissures, where it replenishes the lake's supply. As early as 2003, it had become apparent that the subglacial water bodies were repeatedly releasing part of the water supplied, so the experts decided to carry out detailed long-term observations in order to get to the bottom of this exciting phenomenon. Antarctic objects of desire included the Conway and the Mersolek, among others. As part of their investigation, the researchers registered that the height of the ice surface changed 3 times during the observation period. In addition, the study showed that the underground lake shores can even shift as a result of water exchange. The River of Ice. If you like, you can think of the central region of Antarctica as an extremely tough honey. In stark contrast, however, the speed of the ice flow increases dramatically the closer you get to the coast. There, the phenomenon occurs in the form of steady rivers, which transport the ice several meters per day in the direction of the sea. The meltwater acts like a lubricating film that influences how fast or slow the flow takes place. As the ice shifts, cracks, fissures, and other damage appear in the ice, a circumstance that determines whether new subterranean lakes form or existing ones dry up. With the ICESAT-2 laser altimeter, the Antarctic surface can be measured more precisely than ever before. The terrain changes can be recorded in detail with an accuracy of just a few centimeters. As part of long-term satellite missions, it is therefore possible to observe the complex process of ice melting and to draw conclusions about the future fate of the ice sheet. And of course, when it comes to better understanding the behavior of ice, lakes and water currents play a fundamental role. One of the greatest Antarctic research questions of our time is how the melting of fresh water, glaciers, and the currents of the Southern Ocean will affect the marine organisms that live there. In this regard, however, the experts point out that there is much more at stake here than just the Antarctic ice sheet. In fact, it is also important to find out how the mighty ice sheet is connected to the rest of the world as a result of the continent's subglacial hydrology. So when we talk about the Antarctic ice, we are always talking about a complex system of global proportions. Huge burglary. Recently, scientists studied some lakes on the surface of the ice shelf. These are large floating sheets of ice that rise at least 2 meters above sea level. In the course of their work, the researchers observed how in 2019 a large ice-covered lake in Antarctica suddenly collapsed. Previously, a large crack or fracture had opened up from the seafloor to the bottom of the Amerishev ice. Based on the ICESAT-2 data, the experts then found out that the dramatic change had left a massive deepening, a so-called sinkhole. And by that we mean really massive. Measuring 10 square kilometers, the structure was more than 3 times larger than Central Park in New York. The incident caused 32 trillion liters of fresh water to flow into the sea in just 3 days. The fact that numerous temporary meltwater lakes form on the ice sheet during the Antarctic summer has been known for a long time. However, the brutal collapse should occur during the much frostier winter months. Normally, during this time of year, the structures on the mighty ice sheet are frozen into stable surface formations. The extent to which such processes will increase in the future as a result of global warming cannot be foreseen at this time. What is certain, however, is that the use of ICESAT-2 will help significantly in registering and decoding such incidents and in making forecasts of future events. Hidden ecosystem. Our knowledge only goes as far as the current state of research allows. In the past, experts were still firmly convinced that no complex ecosystems could exist beneath the Antarctic ice. Light would simply no longer penetrate these isolated areas. Consequently, no phytoplankton should occur there either. After all, the tiny algae cannot carry out photosynthesis here. What sounds like a logical conclusion in theory is simply wrong in reality. For example, the researchers observed that a true phytoplankton bloom occurred under the Arctic ice, but this cannot be explained solely by the seasonal decline in the ice. To find out how things are on the other side of the world, a team from Brown University and the University of Auckland set out to carry out a large-scale research project. The surprising results at the end of the study were collected using different methods. In this case, too, the experts used the information collected by ICESAT-2. The datasets were then completed by climate models and so-called BGC Argo float samples. These are small research buoys that have been placed almost anywhere in the Antarctic Sea. Ultimately, the researchers found that the increase in phytoplankton occurred well before the seasonal retreat of sea ice. No less interesting, however, are the things that were not directly revealed in the course of the study. Since the research buoys only examined a tiny area of the entire sea ice, it can be assumed that many more unknown phytoplankton blooms are slumbering in secret. Stunning discoveries. However, this is just one of several discoveries that remind us to quickly discard our outdated ideas about the nature of Antarctic life. Anyone who follows our videos closely will have noticed that the researchers made an equally exciting discovery a few years ago. At that time, the experts drilled almost a kilometer through the Filchner-Ronne ice shelf, only to be stunned to discover that sedentary life actually existed in this extreme habitat. So the spongy creature has somehow managed to survive far from sunlight and a steady source of food. The breathtaking realization that was achieved 500 meters under the Larsen-Sheff ice also takes the same line. There, researchers discovered a secret ecosystem in a subglacial river. This discovery was unexpected, so at first the experts believed that their camera was broken. However, After the device was focused again, the supposed lens spots turned out to be a collection of countless crustaceans. Dear viewers, and now it's your turn. What do you think of the exciting discoveries made in Antarctica? Do you have any idea what other breathtaking things could be hidden under the mighty ice shell? As always, let us know your thoughts, suggestions, and feedback on today's video in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like us to stay up to date from now on. And finally, feel free to take a look at the other exciting videos on our channel that we have in the credits have linked for you. And with that, thanks for watching, take care and see you next time.